Okay, we're going to take a look at our crayfish internal anatomy. So take a minute to draw out the rough shape of the crayfish and label it crayfish internal anatomy. Notice we're not putting any of the antennas or the walking legs or any of those external appendages. We're simply going to be looking at the internal structures of the crayfish. Go ahead and start the video after you've done this. Okay, we'll start with the biggest part of the crayfish, which is the digestive system. And if you remember from the first video, it starts with the mouth, and then the mouth leads into the esophagus, and then we go into the stomach. And that stomach is going to lead into an intestine that's going to go all the way the length of the crayfish to the anus. So I'm going to just shade this in, and then we'll label. All right. So we start with the mouth, the esophagus, to the stomach, to the intestine, to the anus. In addition to this, for the digestive system, we also have below the stomach a digestive gland that secretes the necessary enzymes to help the crawdad digest its food. All right, so orange is our digestive system. I'll put that down here. There we go. All right, let's move on to the nervous system. I'll make the nervous system brown, just like we did with the human anatomy. I'm trying to keep the colors the same. Okay, so the crawdad does have kind of a rudimentary brain. It's really just a condensed portion of nerve endings called ganglia. We're going to have two nerve cords running down either side that lead to this ventral nerve cord. And this ventral nerve cord is going to have, oops, I'm going off my crawdad here, going to have bumps along it. It's going to go the entire length. And these bumps, just like the brain, are going to be condensed areas with lots of nerves. Okay, I'll shade this guy in just a little bit, and then we'll label it. Okay. Oop. Nervous system in brown, and we have the brain, which is a bunch of ganglia together, which are nerve clumps, and then we have our ventral, just remember belly is ventral, nerve cord, and again the bumps are ganglia. Okay. Now we're going to go to sort of the crayfish's equivalent to our urinary system. A crayfish has a green gland, which is just in front of the brain here. This green gland is going to be responsible for taking any nitrogen waste, just like our kidneys do. So green gland is for nitrogen waste. There we go. Okay. Next we'll do the circulatory system. Put that in red. Just kind of towards the back of the stomach is the heart. And then we have a dorsal blood vessel that's going to run into the green gland, and it's going to go all the way down the length of our crawdad. And we're going to have a vessel that comes down here, and we're also going to have a ventral blood vessel as well. And this guy is going to open up and put blood into the stomach and into the green gland, and it's going to have connections to the intestine as well. So let's go ahead and label these. We have the heart with an open circulatory system. And open means that the blood is free to go into the tissues. In our case, we have a closed system where we have arteries and we have veins that circulate the blood within a closed system. Open means that the blood is free to go right and directly into the tissues. So here we have the dorsal blood vessel. Dorsal means back. Here's the ventral blood vessel. Okay, and then the last part of our system that we're going to do, I haven't used purple yet, is the gonads. And the gonad is just kind of a general term for sex organs. So in humans, it's either the testicles or the ovaries. In this case, we're going to draw it as a gland kind of under the heart here. And it's going to go down. There'll be an opening right kind of at the base of where the abdomen and the cephalothorax meet up. So this right here is the gonad, which is the sex organ. And then we have, in this case, for if it was female, we would have a seminal receptacle. Just where the sperm can go in. And that is our internal anatomy of our crayfish.